energy and such and such and such and such. Like, no, nigga, ain't nobody trying to hear all that. He just wanted somebody to be compassionate with him. No, I understand these base desires. I'm your brother. I understand what this situation is. No, we can kick it. That's unconditional love. That's embodying this tutelage. All is well. We ain't even started the bullet points yet, but I do want to talk about them. Come on, let's get it. Absolutely, real present conversation. There's nothing more healing than allowing another soul to be heard and not judged. To be unconditionally loving amongst humanity is rare. And in fact, it's more rare amongst the spiritual community. Why? Because we've harbored or gathered all this information, and now we have all these filters surrounding how you're supposed to talk and what's low vibrational and what's high vibrational and all this other BS. Like, dog, healing wasn't about you gathering more judgments and filters in which to assess your brothers and sisters or your reflections. That's not what this healing path was about. It was about acceptance. What do you think unconditional love means? Self-acceptance leads to the acceptance of your reflections. Unconditional self-acceptance leads to the acceptance of your brothers and sisters. As long as you judging yourself, how you gonna not judge someone else? And some may frown at the base nature of my conversation today. But once again, if you haven't truly accepted yourself, of course you're going to judge how another person speaks. Oh, well, you're not supposed to say that. This Sunday stillness, you're not supposed to be cussing and talking crazy like that. What are you doing? You missed it. You missed it. Self-love is the foundation of all love. Now we going there today. Humanity is going through a serious change right now that's extremely dynamic, and the layers of such a change are broad. Booyaka. Silly. Rickety Row and them gonna be here today. Y'all crazy. Let's talk a little teeny bit. Let's touch on a teeny bit of the state of politics and how this applies to the human experience. Now, we're going to talk about that a little bit. Y'all on the clown. Are we ready? Are we ready? The state of politics and how that applies, or how these things, these dramas, are applying to the human experience. I'll ask again, are we ready? First and foremost, I'll ask you to reflect on this. Do you recognize that you're here to see what you're seeing? Do you recognize that wholeheartedly as a soul, you've purposely incarnated here on the surface of planet Earth to see everything that you're seeing? Do you also acknowledge that everything that you're seeing as a manifestation of God, you are supposed to see, because this is called the path of self-realization? Do you acknowledge that? There's purpose in you seeing what you're seeing, beloved. You have several different layers of existence all operating simultaneously within you in this now moment. And you decided to be here on planet Earth at this time for the purpose of seeing the nature of this transition on each and every level of existence, energetically, emotionally, intellectually, and physically, all happening simultaneously. Now, we talk about presence a lot. We talk about balance a lot. We talk about observing the emotions, the ebbs and flows of the emotions a lot. And yes, it's our responsibility to manage those to a very large degree, maintaining our sense of balance and observing. Beyond opinion, we're not our opinion, of course. We're the silence that observes the voice in our heads and all the people around us and what have you, of course. No doubt about it. This is all taking place simultaneously. And yes, of course, it's our work to be the change we intend to see. But at the same time, we must acknowledge and realize that this is a path of self-realization. And because we're here in the physical with an emotional body, we must also come to the conclusion that we're also here to participate. We say all the time, Beloved, no, you're not in the stands. You're not a spectator. You're not a fan. No, you're in the game. You're on the field. Now, of course, the observer aspect of self is observing the experience solely. But at the same time, beloved, you're still here. You're still on the field. You still have a physical body. You still have an intellectual body or a mind identity, attempting to observe the reconciliations of principles and knowing that are deep within one's recesses of the heart space and the truth and the way in which infinite intelligence works. Why am I here? How do these things work? How is manifestation work? How does harmonious coexistence work? Absolutely. Crown and throne, sword and shield. The same you can say about that of the Toro, the wands. The swords, the cups, the air, all of the elements, they all apply. They all are a part or aspects of self. This is all happening within you. All of the things that are taking place externally, beloved, it's all happening within you. In everyday life, absolutely, every aspect of self applies to you. Now, I'm saying this because in a way, some people feel, especially those who are attempting to spiritually bypass themselves here amongst this reality, feel as if they're excluded from participating in some way, shape, or form. Hold 1 second. Absolutely. Throughout the entire kingdom, no doubt about it. Once again, I'll say it again because sometimes the paradox can be confusing. But you're a creator being here on this path of self-realization, and all the things that you're observing on the path have everything to do with you. Now, your spiritual maturity is in acknowledging that there is a time in which to participate and there's a time in which not to participate. But this also applies to all aspects of the spectrum. This emotional or spiritual bypass and love and light the language the whole time. No, love and light, everything is so beautiful. The new earth is here, and I only acknowledge the new earth and those healing. And I got it. I understand. But that bypass is also us neglecting the opportunity to participate in the awareness in which change takes place. The actual functions of those changes. This is, of course, a paramount transition that we're observing, that we have the blessing of participating in with a physical body. With a physical vehicle, we get to see, observe, experience, and participate in a grand transition with all of our faculties, where we actually are boots on the ground. We get to touch the dirt. We get to feel the emotions. We get to assess the changes of power and political figures and structures and programs and people and all of the things that life has to offer here on earth with those of us who are gifted with a physical vessel. This is an opportunity. This is a blessing, beloved. You have no idea of the countless souls that truly desire to physically participate in the earth transition with the gift of a physical vehicle. The gift of a physical vehicle to actually physically participate, emotionally participate along with our brothers and sisters during this transition. Many souls with this bypass mentality feel as if, oh no, I'm supposed to do nothing but meditate and observe and say love and light and be quiet and like as if that's the only example, that's your only service here in this dimension. Oh no, don't participate, don't say nothing, you don't have to do anything, like just let the changes take place and everything is wonderful. Let's just be here, just be present, and we don't have to do anything and so on. Just focus on your light work and such and such and such and such. Like, yeah, stop. You jumbling up all the concepts and attempting to make it into something organic when it's already organic. No doubt, let me bring crystals and such and such. And once again, I'm not saying that you're here to participate in any pushback or fighting. No, that is not what you're here to participate in. You're not here to fight against the dark and all this other dualistic stuff. Now, there are those around you that intend to participate in these ideas. And that's okay. That's their prerogative. But we're talking about those that are operating from this place of mastery, that are truly serving on an energetic level more potently. No, I'm not out protesting nothing. I'm not necessarily here to push any ideas on anyone. There's a deeper notion here that takes place emotionally that's guided from the heart space.